Alright, this is my reflection for video clip number 2. I wanted to take a second to reflect and kind of explain how I've done things differently throughout video clip number 1 and video clip number 2. The first thing that I changed was taking the feedback from the instructor that I received, and in the second video clip you'll see that before each of the video clips themselves I have specifically typed out what I'm demonstrating in that specific clip. In the first video clip I didn't do that, in the second one I did. Another thing I wanted to quickly comment on was the benefit of doing this ESOL strategy. And even though in the second video clip I don't have an ESOL student in my class, all of the students benefited from this strategy because it not only gave them time to think and work independently, but also as well as time and the opportunity to work in pairs and partners and as a class as a whole. These changes were successful overall. The students gained from the lesson as a whole. They took away the information that they needed to in order to take their tests and pass them on Friday as they were supposed to. Another thing that I wanted to reflect on was the value of teaching ESOL strategies as a whole. And going back on what I said, even though there weren't any ESOL students in my classroom, the students still benefited from it. And even though it's an ESOL strategy, it doesn't necessarily mean that you only need to use it or only have to use it when you have an ESOL student in your class. Like I said, everyone benefits from these strategies, even the teacher themselves. Another thing that I would like to briefly share is that between video clip number 1 and video clip number 2, you'll see that they are in 2 different settings. They are in 2 different schools, 2 different classrooms. The first one is in a Title I school where most of the school, if not all, is on a free or reduced lunch. Whereas in the second setting, it is in a classroom at a private school in closer to downtown Fort Myers. It is a private Lutheran school. The 2 settings, even from just teaching in the 2 different settings, I can see a huge difference between the 2, and it's very evident. So if you want, take a second, go back and look at my first one, and you can see the difference between how the students act, how the students are, how they socialize, things like that. And it's remarkable. Working on the vocab words that we've been discussing, that we have a spelling test on Friday for, the Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. Who can tell me one of the 11 words?
Draft.
Draft. Okay, you can give me another one.
Inventor.
Inventor. Okay. What's another one? Desperate.
Absurd. Greedy.
Greedy.
Nibble.
So what I'm going to have you do is we're going to play a game called Find Someone Who. Yes. So you're either going to have, and you're going to have both cards. So we're going to play 2 rounds. The first round you're either going to have a word card or you're going to have a definition card. Definition cards are numbered. When we find our matches, what I want you to do is, want to demonstrate with me? You're going to grab your partner's hand. You're going to hold it up in the air so I know that you found your match and you're ready to go. When you've done that, I want you to discuss with your partner and make up a sentence that uses your word. So you have your word and you have your definition. So together with those, come up with a sentence. Who has the match? So if you have a definition, you're looking for a word. If you have a word card, you're looking for a definition. You found your partner, go ahead and start thinking of a sentence that you want to use.
No. I was scared to go to
I remember that part.
I was scared to be my birthday.
Oh, that's why. Here we go.
To have my birthday. Yeah, I was
So you're
scared to have my
going to
birthday.
go ahead and try and find the definition.
Yeah.
We have number 7 next.
I was greedy, and Miss and our secretary says, Miss Reynolds is very greedy for iced tea.
Good one. Does she
loves iced tea, just like I love chocolate. Chocolate makes me happy. Iced tea makes her happy. What makes you guys happy?
Ice cream. Food overall.
Food. Yes. All right. What's our next number? Who's up?
8.
8.
Wait a minute. Mrs. Reynolds was this. No, we just did 6. And
So we're on number 7. So we're on 8.
Number 8. Oh. Mrs.
When I call on you, the definition cards are numbered. So we'll start at 1. Whoever has definition card number 1 is going to tell me what you came up with your partner for the sentence. Okay? After that, we're going to put these cards down. I have another set of cards, the same words, just some of them are different. And then we're going to do the same thing again, but round 2, if you got a definition card the first time, I want you to grab a word card, okay? So whoever had the word card first is going to have a definition card in round 2. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Yes, so we're playing 2 rounds, right? You haven't round 1. Doing these 2. There we go. Remember to spread out so our friends have room. It's in red and it's circled. We have number 1. What did you guys come up with?
I had a chocolate bar and I didn't want to eat it quickly, so I nibbled on it.
So you nibbled on it. Good job.